CMA, FSBO, Earnest deposit. There's a lot to learn when buying or selling a home, and it can be very confusing. So I compiled a list of 10 real estate terms that you need to know. Hey guys, Iker Serna with Kelly Wright Real Estate, and I recently had a client who I was working with for over a year and a half, and we finally found the perfect home. And as we started talking about making an offer, we started going over the Earnest deposit and Earnest, and this client looked at me as if I was speaking another language. And it kind of occurred to me that in a lot of ways, that I am. So today I wanted to go over a couple real estate terms and a couple acronyms that may help you when you're buying or selling a home. This is a report that is crafted by someone who is a real estate professional who is familiar with the area of your home. This is done to help set a price for listing and selling your home. These are usually completely free, and they're completely different than an appraisal. An appraisal is done by an appraiser, and that is ordered by your lender. So this is a third-party holding account used during your real estate transaction to transfer funds between buyers and sellers. It's usually referred to as title because they also offer this service as well. So to some, this might seem really obvious, but I'm trying to really break it down to people who are first-time home buyers or don't have any experience with buying or selling a home. But this is a time that your agent sets up for a potential buyer to come look at or show or tour your home. So these two particular ones are even confusing for me because it sounds different than what it is. A listing agent is someone who puts your home or lists your home on the MLS for it to be sold. And a selling agent is the agent who brings a buyer to sell your home. Very confusing, I know. An offer is when someone is putting out an offer for your home. And this needs a little bit of a clarification because you can't just say, hey, here's $100,000 for your home. It needs to be in writing. And in the state of Idaho, there's a document called an RA-21 that would be considered an offer. So another way to think of this is to think there is no offer until it's in writing. You can say or talk whatever you want, but until there's a contract signed by all parties, there is no agreement, there is no offer. And also leave a comment down below if you'd like me to go over specific documents in the state of Idaho. I know they can be confusing, but maybe we can go over them if you're interested in that. Thusly, a counter offer is what the seller would counter back after the initial offer is made. And there is a document for that as well called an RA-13. Again, it's not official until it's in writing, so just think in those terms. Now finally, an accepted offer is when all parties have signed all documents. And bing bang bong, you have a new home, time to move in. So I like to think of this as a statement of seriousness when you put in your initial offer. It's usually decided at that point how much money you're going to put down towards your earnest deposit. Typically it can be anywhere from 1% to 1.5% depending on how much cash the buyer has available. But this basically states that the buyer is going to follow through with all of their financial obligations. They're going to follow through with completing their inspections, and once those contingencies are met, and they decide they get cold feet or they want to pull out of the contract, that seller may be able to keep that deposit. So in a way, it motivates the buyer to kind of keep moving towards closing that transaction. So a closing is when all final documents are signed, recorded, and then the transaction is funded. Money exchanges hands. Well, not hands, it's usually wired. But I've actually counted all of the signings, all the times you sign a signature at a closing, and it's about 157 times, so get those fingers warmed up. So yeah, like I said, this is when you sign all final documents, money changes hands, and then it is funded, and you're a new homeowner, or you've sold your home, either way. So doing my research for this video, I found tons of terms that could be confusing, and if you could think of any, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below, or ask any questions about them in the comments down below. And if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to watch this video that YouTube recommends and subscribe here. Talk to you guys next time.